So we are here with one of our sort of prelim matches for the World Peace Open. This time featuring Benny the Great and Applestick, Emrys1, and Hendrix. These players will all be vying for a potential spot in the eventual World Peace League, or for this tournament, I mean. And yeah, it should be a very interesting little set here. This is going to be a best of one, so these runners will just have one chance at this race. But I think we're in for some pretty awesome SMO gameplay. All of these runners have between like a 123 to a 126 type world peace time. So
we do have the one exception, which according to here, I mean, maybe this needs to be updated, but we got Emrys at a 146, but totally respectable. This is an open tournament. We want, that's all about it. We all skill levels here to have a chance to show their worth and have a chance, So yeah,
Yep.
This will be hype. It looks like we already started. The countdown timer does not have appeared to start in our layout, but that's fine. Oh, okay. It was syncing. Okay, I get. That's a positive 25 seconds. I thought that was a negative 25 for like. I don't know.
For the DSS or not DSS. What am I talking about? The seed thing. I can't remember.
I don't know. I forget actually if seeds are in World Peace. This is just a minor thing. Of yet again, I woke up like 2 hours ago, but.
And I will apologize in advance to the SMO community for any information that I get wrong. If you know me, you know that this is not my main speed game, but I will try my best to do this game justice because... Oh, and it looks like Emrys pausing here. I think maybe they're... not sure what's going on.
I'll check with the restream.
Oh, they're pausing to type in chat. Interesting.
Okay. Well, I guess maybe... Yeah.
We've got 3 of our players in the frog room here.
Yeah, so moving on yet again, back to those PVs. So we got Hendrix with 123 on this sheet, Applestick with 126.02, and Benny with 126.49. Hendrix 123.28. I wasn't exact because it's just
beautiful left side from
Applestick. What's on here? Yeah.
I'm sure that's probably just standard by now, but that was a beautiful left side with a nice backflip up to the
left side.
Fight.
Left side's definitely been picked up by a lot of people at this point. Benny, I was looking at the Excel sheet, so I don't know if they attempted it, but when I looked back, they were on the right side.
Yeah, I did see Benny on right side and Riss. Oh, I'm taking a bonk there, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's very easy to bonk in that tunnel when you're trying to get started. Like, once you get into that kind of curved tunnel, it's a bit hard to bonk, but like once you're trying to get into it, it's very easy to bonk.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we've got Applestick moving second into Cascade, it looks like. I'm not sure if the streams are totally synced up, but...
Yeah. So, World Peace, for those somewhat unfamiliar, although I do think we have a lot of Odyssey runners in the chat, we're really not going to start diverging from an any percent route until we get into Sand Kingdom. Cap and Cascade are pretty much the same from an any percent route. Actually, exactly the same as an 80% route.
Right. It's really just once you get into the desert that things start to get very different.
Yeah.
And it is certainly a very interesting category, and it occupies, I think, a very interesting space within speed gaming where it's not fully any percent. The game does let you do less than world peace, but you are achieving the minimum of the main objective of the game. Like, fixing these areas and getting world peace is like the main objective of the game overall, and kind of like you're intended to go through that during your normal process. So it's very interesting. I guess you could kind of compare it almost to like an all dungeons in a Zelda game.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
even though
it's kind of equating it to all dungeons or all bosses, kind of. It's kind of almost like somewhere in between those two because we still skip around bosses and objectives. It's just about getting that final story moon objective on the map. Because in the case of Snow Kingdom, we can do some clips to like pretty much just skip to the final story moon objective.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just about doing that final story moon objective on each world. or Kingdom.
Benny having a lot of issues with Dino Skip, unfortunately, but does manage to get it after a few tries. It can be really difficult to align that proper foot with the trampoline on like retry attempts. Backing that up is just so hard.
Yeah, DSS is of course a thing in this category, but just being qualifiers, I'm sure people have a lot more experience with Dino Skip than DSS.
Yeah, and in a category like this one, you have to kind of ask yourself, is that, I believe it's around 6 to 8 seconds for DSS? I'm not certain.
It's closer to 10. But
it is closer to 10? Okay.
Yeah. But it's inconsistent for most people. There are only a few people who are confident enough with DSS to bring it into a tournament.
Because you got to remember, you're trying to land on ground that shouldn't exist. like that's how the trick works.
It's just, ground the devs were like, whoops, it's still here. Okay, going on top of the tower for Hendrix. Choosing, not to do any sort of chest clip here. And this is
not really that surprising, to be honest.
Yeah, chest clip as opposed to on top of the hill, pretty much negligible. I think it's like maybe 2 seconds.
Right. That's a lot more of an 80% optimization where you're trying to milk every second. But
yeah. And especially like with right now we're in qualifiers. You're just trying to get a good run. Like we're not trying to get we're not trying to be like incredible here. We're just trying to
Riss with the unfortunate
destroying the block that you have to get up there with. I believe you can actually get up there without that block that the chain jump just destroyed, but at that point just take the pipe.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry,
That is so brutal. and then the bonk before that, because they did get up on top of the rock, but then bonked trying to dive over to the moon.
Yeah.
It's very unfortunate.
Okay, now we're into Sand
with
Kingdom.
Desert here.
Yeah, Sand Kingdom. As I was saying, this is really where it deviates. We're gonna be pretty much heading straight to that pyramid after some things in town. There also are some things in the in like the quicksand area, I guess you would call it. But yeah, it's pretty much just a couple moons in town, a few moons in the quicksand, and then right to the inverted pyramid.
A very nice backup from Applestick there. I'm not sure what kind of mistake happened there, but having to jump back over towards the ice pillar there. One really, really great thing about this game is being able to throw Cappy and like change your direction midair can really forgive some brutal mistakes. But it's something that like you have to be a confident and good player to be able to take advantage of that.
Yeah, nicely done from Applestick getting that dram, and then you have to uncapture the bullet bill to get that checkpoint for use later, because we're gonna be sand is a bit of a longer in terms of like how many different steps you have to change it tonight and then get into knuckle attack. Like there's a bit of things going on here, so you do have to backtrack.
And speaking of, here's a quick little clip.
Okay, yeah, so we
Nicely done first try from
Yeah,
Applestick.
nice. So we got the door. We got the world cancer clip there for the front door. So going in, there is also the option to skip going inside the pyramid entirely and just clipping through and doing some fancy jobs. We'll see which ones these runners go for.
And Hendrix using I think a bit more traditional of a route. I didn't see them do the same like bullet bill manip where they drag the bullet bill all the way over to that big pillar.
Right, it's about like which moons you're going for, and if you're going for that clip I was referring to where you avoid going into the pyramid, because there are a couple moons that you can get inside the pyramid as opposed to on the outside.
Right.
So the moon route differs depending on which ones you want to go for. Or it seems that Benny just is more comfortable with a certain route as opposed to other moons. Okay.
Having some troubles with his door clip, and same with Hendrix as well.
Yeah.
mean, Applestick is really getting a commanding lead early on.
Yeah, Applestick first one to Harriet. And we got Benny still struggling to get through the door with this roll cancel clip. One of my favorite things, by the way, of this is like it's like looks like you can't force it or something is something to the effect of what Cappy says. Meanwhile, we're just banging our head into a wall and hoping that it happens at some point. Like it's probably one of my favorite quotes from Cappy. It's like, you can't do this, and we're like, nope.
Yeah, we can. But yes, we can.
Yeah, Cappy, I'm sorry. We definitely can do this.
Benny just cannot get through, unfortunately. This is one of these clips that you're having to hit like Y and then X and B almost immediately after, right?
Yeah, roll cancel clips can be finicky. I would say that this one is probably one of the easier roll cancel clips, but even then, this one can definitely cause some trouble. Hendrix just about done with the inside of the pyramid. Applestick's finished up Harriet, changing it over to the nighttime.
So a full Harriet fight ahead. I mean, that's huge.
And Emrys just now making it to the entrance to the inverted pyramid. And okay, yeah, good. Benny has now made it inside. And so yeah, using that checkpoint that we had before from the bullet bill. And now I'm gonna go get this moon. And then navigate it back around to the block to break it. And then this is some cool tricks. I don't know if Applestick's gonna do the full manipulation, but we're gonna go for the cage now.
Oh, and I think I've seen this once before. This is so
this
cool.
Cage is crazy. Yeah, there's some crazy stuff going on. You could do a bit of faster work with those bullet bills, of like crazy like manipulation of their tracking of you and stuff. But yeah, that's also a good strategy of just doing it that way and just being a lot safer with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's the bullet bill juggling I've seen before that's just insane in that section.
Yeah. Okay, Hendrix finishing up Harriet, and then we got Applestick entering Knuckle Attack. Or underground into Knuckle Attack, excuse me.
Yep. I love this secret area too.
Yeah. Benny just starting their Harriet. So yeah, I believe the way this is working, we do have, just by the way, we have 4 qualifiers today, and then it's a four-way. Simply, whoever finishes first is going to be in the next 4-way that is tomorrow. So, and the scheduling for that and coordination for all that will be determined, by the runners, once we know which runners are in it. So.
And just to be clear, the qualifier finals that we have tomorrow, the top 2 from those qualifier finals will get seeded into the main bracket. So these 4 races today, these players will need to get first place in order to move on, but for the qualifier finals tomorrow, the players will only need to get either first or second to make it into the main bracket.
Yeah, so
we are having to pair a lot of competitive, like we're having to pair, I think 16 total people down to 2, but yeah.
So for this particular match, it is just first to finish, and all of the matches today, it is first to finish. But tomorrow, first and second place time, we'll go through. Okay.
Is this Fortnite?
Yes. Absolutely. Benny, Applestick working through Knuckle Attack.
A very, very nice hit on Twisted Tower, or Tilted Tower.
Yeah, seeing how risky it's gonna be. Rolling through, not rolling through those fists. There are some manipulations you can do to make the cycles go faster for Knuckle Attack. But he's just gonna
just trying to play things pretty safe.
Yeah. Although I do believe that they kept it, did some risky a little bit there. Hendrix got their first hit. So yeah, Hendrix actually fairly close to Applestick right now.
Ooh, they're getting messed up by the ice. Ooh, okay, they are able to get this final hit now.
Okay. We still got Benny about to get into Knuckle-O-Tech, and we got Emrys, who is making their way into the hole for the underground section.
So overall, these players are still pretty close together. Like there are
definitely.
kind of very distinct separations, but you know, aside from unfortunately Benny taking a lot of time with that entrance clip, overall there haven't been a ton of major things within Sand that have really separated these players.
Yeah, Sand is like one of the places where we're in here for a long time, so we can get a good idea of how far away runners are. But like once we, you know, like we're gonna some of the shorter kingdoms that could be a bit harder. Emrys getting a safety heart, wants to be at 6 health for their Knuckle-O-Tech fight.
That's an
Totally
interesting
respectable.
strat there. Oh, absolutely.
And also going to be taking a safer strat of just take the secret moon area across the way instead of having to use bullet bills. Which the bullet bills are faster, but it's just like if you're not confident enough with the navigation, respect, and also get the chest moon. Why not? Because we still need to get our moon minimum to leave the kingdom. Which, by the way, Applestick just did.
Nicely done. And Hendrix is going to be just following right after. So let's go ahead and see.
Yeah, thank you, Go Fast. It's hard to keep track of 4 different moon routes. So I'm just like, I don't know who isn't getting what moons or whatnot. I'm just sticking to the main objectives.
Now, Late Kingdom, of course, is going to be pretty much just like an any percent routing, or at least like the old Topper, or not Topper. What is? I can't even remember this route
Rango.
at this point.
Rango.
Yeah, that one.
Rango. Yeah, so
see, I can remember Topper, Harriet, and Spewart, but that one was just evading me because it's the only one that's not really descriptive of what he does. I was trying to think, like,
so
is he
we got no
Saur?
lake clip going on here. We just this is that old, essentially what is the old any percent route. Before,
I think this was the route
discovered.
that I did whenever I briefly played SMO.
Yeah.
I've always thought it was really weird how this moon in particular, and like the Apple Stick is going to now, is like the only moon in the game where you can move the camera during the cutscene. Or like one of the only moons, I think.
Okay, Hendrix, just the one who's just closest behind Applestick, having a little bit of trouble at the start of Lake Kingdom, accidentally capturing a Goomba Tower. Okay, Emrys just finished up Knuckle-O-Tech, and Benny currently in the transition cutscenes out of Sand Kingdom. Okay, so yeah, there's Rango done and dusted. Very, very simple. Very simple boss. When I ran this game, I'm currently on hiatus from streaming and running right now. But when I did run this game, I also stuck to this route. Lake Clip is not easy, so I'm familiar with this route for Lake Kingdom.
And not even just the clip, but like the out of bounds movement can be kind of tricky too.
Yeah,
I've seen
that's the part that no one talks about, but we don't really need to focus on too much. But basically, there is an invisible wall going on out of bounds there somewhere. It's hard to navigate around. It's a lot. But yeah, we're not seeing that, so don't need to focus on it too much.
Yeah, because unlike any percent, you can't really do that here, since the whole reason you do that in any percent is to skip the Rango fight, and that's not really an option here, unfortunately.
Yeah,
because of this little thing called category rules.
Yeah, we're trying to get all these multi-moons, which, by the way, because of all these multi-moons, I could finally point this out, and hopefully someone realizes what the heck I'm talking about. So if you look at the orientation of the eyes on the moons, so they're not on both sides of these moons, they're only on one side of the moons. Instead of all 3 of them on the multi-moons having the eyes facing all in one direction, one of them has them facing on the other side of the moon. So you got 2 facing one way and 1 facing the other way.
No.
So when it...
No.
Yes.
What? No.
I'm sorry to ruin it for everybody, but that is the case going on here. They might have done it so that, like, maybe like the outside moons, you always have eyes facing outward, but then you got that middle moon.
Torture me.
Yeah, exactly. Then you got that middle moon who has to face one direction or the other, and it's just like it annoys me so much.
Eyes on both sides of the middle moon. That's the solution there.
Yeah.
Put eyes on both sides of the middle moon, so no matter which way it's turned.
Just one side. You'll notice it if you pay attention. It's a thing on all of these multi-moons. Look at it here on Benny the Great's cutscene. Look at this.
Oh, I hate it! I hate it so much! Oh my god! I'm heated. I am heated. I don't know what to.
It's a little thing that I've noticed. Just like, yeah, I'm sorry, guys. But, like, it was ruined for me when I saw it, and now I see it too. Of like that, the eyes do not line up.
That's kind of like there was this picture I've seen before of like an anime character that was wearing glasses, and they had animated like the two little nose bridge pieces on the glasses. But someone pointed out that the way they animated them looked like they were their really tiny pupils, cross-eyed, and I could never unsee it.
Yeah.
It was like the character is supposed to look serious, but always looks so goofy to me after that.
Yeah. Emrys just playing with yeah, Emrys got a life. Someone asked in chat. Emrys has a life apart. He got it in the Knuckle Attack Underground area, and it's just for safety, I guess. And you know, once you have that a life apart, as long as you don't go below 4 health, just keep it kingdom to kingdom. So.
Oh, and Applestick going for tower skip here, so just not going to be going inside of this Wooded Kingdom tower. Very nice movement throughout that section. That was very clean. Even though a lot of that may not have looked super hard to an external observer, you have to think about how a missed angle on any of that would have just immediately killed any sort of time save that tower skip would have gotten him.
I brought it. Like people are arguing with me for ruining the multi-moon. I brought it up. I've never heard people talk about it. I don't understand. Like, am I genuinely thought, like, am I the first one to notice this? Like, no one's mentioned it before.
I never noticed it before. I mean, I never realized I wasn't paying that much attention, I guess. I mean, maybe I was just always looking at the middle one or something. Like, it just never registered in my brain.
I brought it up in another commentary at one point, but, like, I guess I didn't explain it well enough, and, like, the other commentator was just like, what are you talking about?
Well, it does help that with these 4 runners all going together, we were able to see an example of it immediately after you mentioned it.
Yeah, there was always a multi-moon on screen, basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, with the case of this category, we're gonna be collecting a lot of multi-moons. So you have a lot of examples. No!
All there.
Okay, thankfully, Benny knew where to go to not fall into deep woods. But holy crap!
Yeah, that was almost horrible. For anyone who might not remember exactly how this kingdom works, if you fall in certain areas, you don't die and respawn. You go to a sub area that you have to like work to get out of.
There is almost no way of getting out of there. That would have been devastating for Benny. I mean, there is of course a way to get out of there, but you can't warp out. You gotta use up the seed on a beanstalk and then climb back up. And if you use the wrong beanstalk because you don't know deep woods that well, you're gonna be so far away from where you want to be. Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah. It's terrible.
Yeah, some people don't know deep woods enough to know where the seeds are. Thank you, Saren. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you find the T-Rex by accident, and then
you wake up the T-Rex. It's just don't go to deep woods in a run. It's not worth it.
Applestick gonna be approaching the Spindrift fight here. I'm not sure what this boss is actually called. I just know what it's based on.
Yeah, by the way, big props to Saren being a restreamer. Apparently, I've now learned that there are very few restreamers with GSA, so if people want to fill out that sheet and volunteer for that stuff, if they're able to restream, please let GSA know, apparently, because as far as I can tell, Saren is the only one.
Anyone out there that does want to volunteer for GSA, Definitely check out our Twitter page. We do have a Google form there that you can fill out with your interest in whatever sort of, whether you're interested in commentating, stats gathering, restreaming, like Troy mentioned, or whatever. We're always looking to have more people get involved. And I mean, I got involved with commentating from someone basically giving me the same sort of pitch of like, we're always looking for people and we'd love to have you.
Yeah.
So
my one problem, I am terrible with boss names because I don't go to these bosses a lot. So I forget the name of this one in this moment. But yeah, we are on the final boss for Apple Stick right now in Wooded. So yeah, the way Wooded works, I kind of glazed over it, but with Wooded, we're gonna be, you have to defeat Spewer to transform Wooded, and then from there you have to climb up and go up to the windmill, destroy the windmill. Might as well get the moon from that windmill, because why not? And then jump into here to beat the kingdom, and then getting moons along the way. Yeah, this boss is just boring. Thank you, chat, for reminding me. It's called Torque Drift. But the music's pretty good. The music's pretty good.
Oh, definitely.
But yeah, this is essentially
cool the first time you face it casually, but that is one downside with SMO is there are a number of these long auto-scroller bosses. Like, maybe I shouldn't be admitting this, but one time during a commentary, I straight up fell asleep during Ruin Kingdom. I don't feel like I should be blamed for that.
I have commentated with you a lot, and there was one time, I believe, where you were drunk during one of your commentary sessions, so...
yeah. Don't drink fortified wine when you don't know how heavy it is. It's called being young and inexperienced with alcohol. Be careful, folks. Alcohol is heavy.
Yes.
It'll make you be removed from a commentary with them saying to the chat that you had internet issues.
I think that was, I was part of that commentary session. I was just like, I think we're just gonna kick Electric. I'm sorry.
Apparently I was talking gibberish. Like, yeah, I don't
you were trying to make sense. I went back and
briefly rewatched it.
I don't know what they were.
Couldn't. Yeah. Yeah, that was not a fun time.
That was an event.
Gotta be responsible.
Yeah, I have learned in a lot of cases, like, it's just better to be in a stable mind when commentating, because you don't know what you will say. You don't know what you will regret later, because it is being recorded for a lot of people to see.
oh yeah.
You want to have stable mind, so you don't say anything that could get you in dirty waters for other people.
As chat's pointing out, the Apple Stick's on pretty good pace. I'm not really familiar with the splits that you would expect for World Peace.
I don't know exact splits. If people know pace for Apple Sticks right now, that'd be great. But I mean, he's pretty well in the lead right now. Hendrix just now leaving the kingdom.
It's interesting considering
Apple just entered Cloud.
Yeah, it's interesting considering the PB we have for Apple Stick is like 3 minutes behind Hendrix's PB, yet they're just seconds apart at this point with Apple Stick in the lead.
Yeah. Okay, Benny just finishing that windmill. And to keep up with where everybody is right now, Benny just finishing that windmill to enter the Torque Drift fight. And then Emrys now making their way up to that windmill. Yeah, so Cloud Kingdom, yet again, pretty much the same as any percent. I mean, how could it be any different? There's nothing we do here other than a boss fight.
Yeah, and Apple Stick just performing the manip pretty nicely.
Okay, we got someone in chat saying that this is similar to their pace, which would be a 123. So they're very close to their actual PB, that's pretty good.
But it seems like they may even be ahead, or at least they are very well on pace to be ahead soon.
Yeah, I don't know. I do not know Apple Stick's splits.
And we got Hendrix now dealing with this Bowser fight.
Okay, yeah,
nice cat bounce.
Nice mean tree. Nice mean tree from Apple Stick here in Lost Kingdom. Lost Kingdom, same as any percent, so it's gonna be moving through from what people are familiar with from previous tournaments on here.
Nice butterfly grab.
Yeah, for those just joining us, it's the first person to finish on this qualifier will move on to the next part of the qualifier. We have 4 qualifiers today. We have 16 players to go through. And then we're bringing it down to 2. So first place from each of these 4 qualifiers that you will see today, and then tomorrow those 4 players who made it through to the next round will fight. Will race, physically fight. We're going into a ring. No, yeah, we'll race to be the top 2 finishers of that match, which is tomorrow, and will be scheduled once we know, the 4 runners and everything. But it will be tomorrow.
Yep. And so, it's nice with these open tournaments to, like, even though we are having to pare 16 people down to 2 spots, like, it gives people the opportunity to get into a tournament bracket that may not have made it into, like, an invitational bracket or something. I mean, sometimes your seeding time is just kind of awful, but, like, you're in the process of grinding to prepare for the tournament, you improve a ton. I know that's happened to me personally in tournaments before, where I had a seeding time way worse than my actual capable time when I was in the tournament.
Right. Okay. So Appstick now out of Lost Kingdom. Trying to stick to what I'm seeing here.
And so Applestick confirming in chat, they should mention their World Peace PB is nowhere near their level. That I don't mean to be rude, but it was kind of clear.
I mean, maybe there's some parts in other kingdoms where, like, they have more trouble. Maybe their early game in World Peace is more consistent than their late game or mid game. Like, that's all I can think of. This early game has been really good.
Yeah, it could also just be that maybe they're returning to World Peace after a time away, but I'm not too sure about that.
Right.
But Hendrix really trying to keep as much pace as they can.
Okay. Yeah, well done, Hendrix.
Oh, and I know every time I say that word, chat's looking at it with a fine-tooth comb.
Yeah, by the way, both of these players did the stone cage as opposed to the iron cage. I don't gain the name of the iron cage one, but yeah, there's 2 cages, choices for Lost. Routes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, one of them involves the Trapper Manip, right, I believe?
Yeah, it's
yeah, that someone is a lot simpler.
I am forgetting names right now. It's been so long since I've commentated for the SMO community. I am so glad to be back with that, by the way. But yeah,
it's always a fun game to commentate.
Yeah, something triple. I forget what it's called right now. Because you do a triple jump with it, but it's...
That's right, yeah. I think I would normally just call it a cage triple.
Yeah,
that sounds right.
Yeah.
Nice start to the inner room here in the building.
Yeah, cage triple. Thank you. Sorry.
No worries.
Okay, Benny having a little bit of trouble with the caps for Bowser, not doing quick cap stuff, but just playing it safe. Totally respectful. And we got Applestick jumping across Town Hall.
Beautiful inside the building.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Nice. Trick that a lot of players have down at this point, but it still can trip someone up,
Some nice movement. It's kind of reminiscent to me of like some of the movement in TGC and Mario 64. And just when you see it executed, even though like it can be kind of simple, like it still is just cool to watch. It's like watching a watch like in motion, watching like all the little moving parts together.
Yeah, guys, my SMO commentator card's gonna get revoked. Oh, they're calling me out in chat, guys. Oh no. Yeah, sorry. I've been doing stuff I've been on a hiatus from running this game for a while, so only knowledge I have is from commentating it.
So let's see if Applestick is able to go ahead and get the 2 cycle here. It might be a tad close. They're having some issue with these final couple of shots, but I think they should be able to. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah. They almost ended up missing it from one of their shots, just refusing to hit. If I remember right, maybe the community's understanding of this has changed, but if I remember right, the big problem with this fight is that the hitboxes of each node overlap. So sometimes you're trying to hit like your one last node, but your shots are getting absorbed by the node before it.
Yeah. totally. I do see all the love for Emirates here. Everyone rooting for that underdog. Has the highest PB of any player in the competition, but you know, we're all still rooting for Emirates. You gotta give that underdog credit, you know.
And if nothing else, you got to start somewhere. I mean, just entering a tournament, even if you don't really expect to get too far in it, like, it still is just nice to have that experience, you know?
Yeah, totally.
And I mean, shout outs to them for being willing to put themselves out here and being willing to put this race on for us.
Yeah. And seeing chat, bigger numbers better. You're right. Okay, and looks like Benny failed cage triple, but did not die somehow. So. Or didn't attempt cage triple, just did yet again. I'm looking everywhere. I think what Benny did is didn't do a cage triple. Instead, just had the enemy break the cage and then did other stuff.
Oh, Apple Stick somehow flying over the edge of this building here while trying to get the flash.
This is a tough place to get back up to. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of a different area.
Oh, yeah, now they were trying to.
Yeah, early drams over here.
Oh, we just ended up long jumping. I don't think I've ever seen that mistake either.
Yeah, no, that was early drams. So you're dram into that pole there, and accidentally shaking a bit too soon, and you capture the pole early before collecting the moon.
Yo, before he did that, he even I think it was while he was diving at the moon or something. He somehow dove over that fencing beside there.
Yeah,
this is wild, but
yeah. So here we are going to be going through to get, if people are familiar with what's known as festival percent, that's what this kingdom is. We're gonna unlock the festival and do the festival.
So if you're familiar with any percent, that's why you're not seeing some of the different side moons, since you're gonna get a lot of moons during just the normal gameplay anyway.
Right. Yeah. This metro has a lot of story moons, so yeah, it's better to just not get as many of the side moons because got a lot of stories to go through.
Yeah,
a lot of
this kingdom certainly feels like one of the the headlining kingdoms, if you will. Like this was in a lot of the promotional material and stuff. Like this is one of the kingdoms that Nintendo really showed off.
And then they tease you like, oh, we're heading to Metro, guys. We got Metro, and then Bowser shows up and
so you have to deal with Night Metro.
Party. Yeah, he
finally
ruins the party.
Get this Day Metro.
Yeah, you finally get the Day Metro, but yeah, I was saying he ruins the party. You have to beat him in Cloud Kingdom, then he sends you to Lost Kingdom, and then finally you're in Metro. So it's a giant debate going on there for casual players of oh, I'm so excited, finally got Metro, it was in the trailers and everything, and then you have to fight Bowser first, you have to go to Lost Kingdom.
Yeah, it's just so much work to finally get there. But then the first time you get to hear that Day Metro music makes it all worth it.
Okay. Yeah. I just saw messages. I laughed too loud. I am sorry. I love laughing. I laugh at a lot of things, and so apparently my laugh is too loud. So I'm gonna move my mic a little bit away from my face.
It's easy for mics to start clipping. I have my mic specifically turned away from my mouth for that reason, because I'm sure I would clip even worse otherwise.
Right. Okay. Yow! Apple Stick. Again, the trumpet.
Yow!
Yow, yeah,
Is that the noise they make? Yeah.
It depends on the NPC, but that one did yow, yeah. Yeah, I am a laugher of every situation, every type of laugher. I do that. I am a nervous laughter. I'm an awkward laugher. All of them. So yeah, they just happen. I'm sorry.
Oh, and in the sewer region here, Apple Stick really is just bonking on. He's bonking on every one of these. Oh my god.
Yeah. There is a pipe clip in here.
But it's wicked hard though, and it doesn't save that much time, right?
Yeah, it doesn't save that much time, and if you were to do it, it would be the hardest roll cancel clip in the route, at all. I believe there is only one roll cancel clip in any category that is harder. And of course, I don't even remember where it is, but I have heard. I remember the Taco 2% run that was done in GDQ earlier this week, they were mentioning it in commentary. So I know there is a harder one. But as far as I knew before that, Pipe Clip was the hardest one I knew of.
Icicle Clip that was hard. Yeah, the Pipe Clip here, and I remember the one in Sand was known as being pretty hard. That I think people were toying with in the route that was emerging like right before 1.3. I think I don't remember the exact timeline, so I might be getting a lot of that wrong. But there was this one like maybe it is Icicle Clip I'm thinking of. I don't know. Who knows?
There are a lot of roll cancel clips, and you know either people don't do them or do them because they've been made harder with patches and whatnot, and not everyone wants to go for them. The one inside the one into inverted pyramid is the easiest one. No, Emrys!
Emrys taking an unfortunate bonk there.
Yeah, that once you bonk on a wall, you don't recover until you land, and there's no landing there. It's just a void.
Yep.
So that's a death.
But luckily they did take this flag here, so they're not having to respawn all the way at the top, but...
Yeah. Everyone turning it up for Apple Stick now in the festival. This is a bop for everyone. Everyone loves this banger. I'll try to keep commentary to a minimum so everyone can enjoy the music. This is the first qualifier. Luckily, no crazy stuff happening right now anyway, so enjoy.
Yeah. You're pretty standard fare platforming. Apple Stick kind of waiting for a while with that barrel there, but... It's kind of amazing to me, like, how in this game, this song is, like, actually, like, a really nice, effective moment. Yeah. But then, like, you know, other times where you have, like, lyric music in platform games, it ends up kind of coming across as, like, I don't know what the word would be, but it just doesn't feel the same way as here.
Yeah, Benny just bonking twice on the way out of Town Hall. I don't know what just happened there. But yeah, it was just a weird thing I wanted to point out. But yeah, we're done now with the festival, so we can talk again.
We're good with Metro Kingdom.
Yeah, I love that song. There have been when this game came out, there were so many musical covers of that song. But I do want to say that I remember it too. But I do want to say that there was no love for what everyone calls the anime song at the end. I have yet to see a cover of that song from any music YouTuber.
There has to be one out there. I can't believe there's not
from any big music YouTuber, I guess. Like, I'm sure like there have been some like smaller ones for fans out there, but like like the bigger YouTubers can get that full out production and everything, and I want to see a good cover of it. I don't want you totally do your guitar on front of the camera. That stuff's great. I love you for talent and everything in music there, but I want to see like a full out cover. Yeah.
Escape is another one of those that, like, while it has the same general vibe as, like, some of the, like, Sonic Adventure final battle songs or something, like, it doesn't have that, like, dumb, edgy sound to it. Like, I don't know. I don't want to make fun of people that enjoy the way Sonic Adventure's songs sound, but, like, I do feel like this game does the same sort of thing a lot more effectively, if I've got to be honest.
So now into Snow Kingdom. This is kind of what I was referring to earlier, where we can just skip fully to the final story.
Big old clip here.
We don't have to do any of the side rooms technically. We can. There's just this. This is a roll cancel clip that was discovered fairly early when roll cancel clips were found. Yeah, when roll cancel clips were found, this was one of the first locations people did it in, and it is great. But yeah, of course, Moon Clip did overtake it in terms of consistency. But damn! As I say that, Benny the Great not getting. Sorry, I'm mixing up name tags here. Apple Stick not getting it.
So going back to the more traditional spot here.
This is that roll cancel area.
Yeah.
And then
And the loading zone is just
faster
always
ones.
down here, so.
There are faster real quick hits that people have found, but that was the first one that people found in this kingdom.
Yep. And Hendrix, it looks like not even going for the clip from the moon anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, Hendrix looking to go for box clip. This is just another roll cancel clip area that you can go to. Box clip is fairly consistent for a lot of people. Well done. It is a one try. If you mess it up, you know the boxes are gone. You can't really do the setup as well. But yeah, Hendrix, yeah, getting that fit down pretty well done with that box clip.
Oh, there's a screen clip as well.
There's so many. It's like we just found this roll cancel clip and we're like, wow, there's a lot of holes in Snow Kingdom that we can just like clip through and just like get to where we want to go.
Emrys is actually going for a scooter clip here.
Oh yeah, we can get time predictions in chat, everybody. What time do you think Applestick's gonna get? What time do you think Hendrix is gonna get? What times in the Bound Bowl do you think we're getting today?
Emrys taking a minute with this scooter flip here. Trying to go for this. It looks like they're ending up with like too steep of an angle. They're trying to go for this setup for it where like, there we go, nicely done.
If you bounce there, yeah, you want to go for like really steep jumps. You don't want to get like these really high jumps that Applestick just got one of those. So that slowed his time down. It's gonna make it much higher. But yeah, you want to go for like these jump. You know, like you don't want to go straight up like like Applestick just did there. You want to go as much forward as you can with these hills.
Like those last couple of hills were pretty ideal, but yeah, this race was so finicky. I remember playing it casually.
Yeah.
Especially this ending section. Like that's just malicious.
Yeah, Applestick and Hendrix are actually fairly close together. Yeah, Applestick just finished up that bound ball. Hendrix on the last lap now.
I think Applestick has made like a couple of errors, and especially like having that time loss on
yeah, there is a lot of time loss going on there. It was over a minute on that bound ball, whereas Hendrix now has got a 57. So yeah.
Applestick admitting they suck at bound ball. That's okay.
It's all good.
It's not like playing the normal game, so I mean.
Yeah, it's a completely different mechanics from the rest of the game. So.
Yeah, Benny coming out saying it's okay. I suck at SMO.
Yeah. Yeah, Benny just finishing out the festival, got the multi-moon. Emrys on the first of the 4 band members in Metro. And yeah, Apple, because we go right to the final moon, you still got some stuff to get. Yeah, so clearing the bound ball does clear out the blizzard in above ground section, so there's a lot more moons here in this above ground that you can go for now.
Just a couple more and they'll be able to go ahead and move on out. Nice little fishing moon here. Is this the only fishing moon in World Peace, or is there another one?
There might be another one. But fishing moons tend to be pretty fast, so they're definitely good to use in a lot of longer categories.
Definitely. As long as the fish play nice, it can be kind of easy to accidentally like push them away by accident.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, final moon. Some people, I guess, not going to be going for Snowdram here. I'm sticking to traditional names. I know people are like, oh god, drams and everything. I'm just sticking to traditional names. It's what I know.
Yeah. Half the names
Apple not going for Snowdram here.
I mean,
neither
it's
is Hendrix.
It's just typical internet behavior, though. Like, isn't it like every strat got named that because one strat got named after Dram, and they were like, I don't really like having strats named after me.
Yeah,
so just as a meme,
that's exactly what it was. Yeah, Dram was like, I please please stop naming things after me. And then SMO community was just like, we're gonna be trolls and name everything after Dram. It sucks. I'm sorry that it happened. Cause like honestly, in my mind, I'm just like, dude, think of him. You know, like this.
Right.
Like think of like actual people's wants. But I don't know any other names for this stuff. Like.
Yeah, and it's like. I don't like. It is kind of a funny meme, even though it's a lot like you said. Like there's a person behind.
It's kind of funny,
kind of
but like when you stop to think about it, you're like, we're going against Dram's wishes,
right,
who is a very prevalent runner, not in SMO so much, but in other Mario games, and like,
yeah,
come on, guys. Okay.
Now advancing over to.
Yeah, had a little bit of trouble getting up to the chest. Not gonna get the moon clip, but we'll be going for box clip as I have been told in chat. Oh, okay. Having some trouble with these towers that you can grab, with light fixtures or something. I don't know what to call them.
Here we go with the box clip attempt.
Oh, that's a failed box clip. Like I said, it's only one attempt, so now he's gonna have to go for a different RCC. Or he's gonna reset it actually by going to the shop. Okay, that's another way. Yeah, so going into the shop respawns those boxes. So that's a different way.
That's
maybe he's just so comfortable with box clip that that's what he wanted to do. You know. Ooh, gonna fail it again. This is gonna cause a lot of time loss for Benny. Meanwhile, we got Applestick and Hendrix both in Seaside right now. By the way, chat, I know I'm being terrible with names. I am not gonna be able to...
Emrys attempted pipe clip earlier.
I will try to... I'll see what... Oh, did he really? Wow. Good for Emrys trying that out. I think I know the full name of Mollusk. I'll try to remember it, but if I don't get it right the first time, please correct me, chat. Don't hold me to this. I want to try at least once, but I might fail this. There's so many different parts to his name, damn it.
And so many parts to his auto-scroller fight, too.
I mean, yeah. Once we start the fight, I will attempt it. But other than that... Yeah, can we give Emrys an automatic win for attempting pipe clip? Yeah. You gotta land it. You gotta land pipe clip. And unfortunately, Emrys did not get the pipe clip. So yeah. So yeah, we're
Benny's still struggling to get through with snow clip.
Yeah, Benny here has failed box clip enough times where they're like, I'm just gonna go for this RCC. Row cancel clip for short. And so yeah, now onto this RCC, hoping to get it.
Look at how many times Mario has walked over that little path, and like there's just a dark spot right in the snow there. Yeah,
the snow does respawn after some time, but you do see the footprints. Okay, giving up on that RCC, gonna go back to box clip, by respawning them from the shop. I'll get some love for Benny in the chat here. Doing their best to get this RCC. Oh, I'm sorry. We started the fight on Applestick's side. Brigadier, Lancier, Mollusk, the third Dauphina Blood Lane. I think I got it right. I might be wrong. Let me know in chat how off I was. Okay. Okay, I got the name orders wrong. I'm sorry. Brigadier Mollusk, Lancier the third, Dauphina Blood Lane. Thank you. I mixed up one of the names. I got pretty close.
That's a name right there.
Yeah.
How much would your parents have to hate you to name you that?
Look, it's royalty. You gotta get. It's important to have all these names.
Yeah, I guess.
He is royalty. Yeah, memorizing that is like memorizing numbers of pi. You're right. Yeah, I switched up. All I did was switch Lancer and Mollusk. That's all I did. I got the rest right. I had the names right. I'm actually impressed with myself. Okay, so Benny did make it through. Got an RC through, and is now onto Bound Ball. So now we're into Bound Ball. Want to get your times in chat, of course, for this. You know, we got anywhere in the range from what we see now, because we're in qualifiers. People are inconsistent with Bound Ball. It happens. It's a tough area. So yeah, anywhere from 56 to over a minute might happen. Who knows?
Got a pretty decent first lap from Benny there.
Yeah, bad bounce just then. But yeah, we're good. Applestick just finished off Brigadier. You know, I only need to say the full name once. You know the rest. And yeah, there's Hendrick's final hit on it. And from here, there is a moon in the middle that I believe you do get to end the cutscene, like spawn you back here. But like, it's because you spawns you up on top of spawns you on top there, and to get that multi.
Nice 58.66 from Benny.
Nice time, yeah. Not bad.
All right.
Yeah.
And so now we get to move over into Luncheon.
Yeah.
Which, of course, is also way different from any %, given that you have to actually
there have
kill
been so many.
Cockatiel.
There were so many developments in any % for Luncheon to avoid having to do boss fights. So that is some stuff. But yes, also having to fully go through and defeating the bird at the top.
Oh my god.
Defeating Cookatiel.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm seeing in chat now, Spezia was 0.01 seconds off on their prediction of Benny's time in that battle.
Wow. Well
it's
done.
10 milliseconds, I believe.
Well, we've got one more chance here for someone to get it correct. Emrys is going to enter Bound Ball very soon. Just has to do a couple moons here underground. Getting a hint art, because why not? Yeah. Okay, so
what would be the reason for the hit? Yeah, I'm not really sure why you would.
Because you'd have to go back to loss, because that is a hint art for loss. Yeah, no, it's totally reasonable to be off 0.01, but like that's usually in runs of the game where like the people are consistent enough where they're like usually the range of seconds that they could get are much smaller. But we've got players here who maybe not be as consistent at Bound Ball, and so we've got a range of like 5 or 6 seconds that it could be for their final times, and to get within 0.01 is crazy in my mind.
It's like basically getting the right frame, but getting postman, if you know Majora's Mask.
Yeah. Yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that I just watched Majora's Mask recently, I did play the game, but yeah, so yeah, I know what you're talking about there.
Yeah. We've been playing the game casually, like, oh my god, I'm going to force myself to not gripe about that heart piece for like 10 minutes. I don't even run the game, but it is so stupid, that situation.
Just by the way, to show how many RCCs there are in Snow Kingdom, we're getting one that we have yet to see from any of these 4 runners. Like, again, we're getting a completely different one from Emrys here. This is the one that they're comfortable with. Yeah.
2/3 of a frame off. That sounds about right, yeah, I think.
Okay. So, yeah, Luncheon, similar to Metro, has a lot of triggers for each part of the kingdom. There are technically ways of getting around it to just go up to the pot, but like, no. So yeah, here we are doing the story moons.
Yeah. I think like some of those methods would be just outrageously hard, right?
Yeah, there's some weird out of bounds stuff that you can do, but it's just simpler to just do this.
Yeah. Especially since you are getting a fair number of moons on the climb.
I don't even know if that is possible fully. I'm just like remembering stuff from like back when Brunchin was a thing, or not really a thing, but like when I'm thinking of like I swear I've seen something where like you can like use a lava bubble or something to jump up inside the pot or something. There's like some weird thing going on there.
Yeah,
I just remember
a lot of like
from
really
way
weird,
back
really
that
hard
existing.
stuff. Yeah, there's some really weird hard stuff in Luncheon that like mainly applies in your more meme categories like min caps and stuff, or
Yeah.
like you were mentioning with Brunchin.
Yeah. You can get to luncheon early with people do it for star percent. So getting this check, Benny ran out of water, but getting that checkpoint actually restores your water. Little known things. Yeah. And yeah, Apple Stick now in the second part of Luncheon. There's 3 modes that we have to bring it through, kind of similar to what you would have to do for Sand Kingdom, where you have to change it to night and everything. So here we have to scale this pot area like twice before we can fight Kukutil.
Oh, and Toby Tech confirming in chat. It's kind of a similar situation, I guess, to like the Madam Spirit fight, where like the game doesn't let you collect those multi-moons out of order.
Okay, so that what I was referring to isn't viable, but it is a thing. It just soft locks the game if you go for it. Okay.
Not exact. I think that was a mistake from Benny, like drilling the hole for the moon, but then ending up ground pounding over the lava instead.
So yeah, the reason why people were saying numbers there is because Emrys was still doing bound ball, and there's a timer there. You know, it's a race within the race, so people were trying to guess what final time Emrys was going to get for that bound ball.
Nice little lava moon from Apple Stick. Still a really, really nice close race in Luncheon so far.
Yet again, there are ways around this room. You don't have to go inside here. There are things like that.
Ooh, it looks like Hendrix. I think that was a fall.
I was
Yeah,
not paying
it was
attention to
definitely a
Emrys's raid bound ball. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Oh no, it was Hendrix. Hendrix was trying to go up this like green bridge sort of thing
I was
here,
addressing
and
something
ended
in
up
chat.
falling off. The right.
I was addressing something in chat, actually. Someone asked in chat what the bound ball time was. I was not paying attention. Yet again, we're watching 4 runners at the same time here,
Yeah.
guys.
It is very hard to keep up with 4 runs at once. That's also partially why I apologized in advance at the very beginning of this commentary. It's like, I'm gonna mess stuff. I'm probably gonna say some stuff wrong. Like,
Yeah.
we're dealing with a lot here.
Yeah, so if you're familiar with Koopa free running, this is a very similar area, because this is the Koopa free running round. So that's what that right there is a lot of what you would see in Koopa free running for Luncheon. And that's kind of like what I like about World Peace in some, or a lot of longer categories. It's like it calls back to a lot of work that's been done. I mean, any percent does that too, of course, but like you get to see so many more strats, I feel, in World Peace in the longer categories.
Yeah. I've especially been a fan of a darker side for just how much you get to see. It feels like the real like 100% or like the real equivalent of like 120 star for this game. Since I do feel like there are some moons that end up kind of being like filler in like categories like all moons, but darker side I feel like is a nice balance of a completionist category alongside like still having things be really fast and having a lot of really, really cool strats without a lot of downtime.
And as people like, turn their attention to different categories, new things get found and it becomes more interesting because of that.
Oh yeah. It's been interesting over the years seeing how the community's attention has kind of shifted between different categories. Like there were times where 80% was the category, and like I think.
Okay, this is
Apple
opportunities
Stick
here. So I want to point this out. Apple Stick having trouble with this third phase. These things that barfs up. There's no way around this. I'm sorry, chat. There's the things that like the Kukutil boss barfs up. You have to climb up So definitely lost a bit of time there, giving Hendrix a chance to catch up to him.
Oh, yeah. It's that third phase that's just so hard because, like,
yeah,
I think the
you
hitbox
have
must
to
just
jump
not really
around.
line up that well.
Yeah, the hitboxes are weird for that. You instead of being able to just navigate around, you actually have to jump out of the barf. Yet again, I'm sorry, Chad. There's zero way around this.
How is that bird storing all of this liquid? Like, I mean,
It's not important.
Like, they have to have like a bubblegum factory internally.
Like,
or
there
something.
is a reason why, like, I dislike Spewart and I dislike this fight. Is like, I have had stomach problems throughout my childhood. I wouldn't go too much into it. I had stomach problems from anxiety throughout my childhood, so I got sick a lot, and so anything that barbs triggers me a bit. So,
I can see that. I can see that. I think for me, it's like the fact that it's a like neon liquid that, like, you know, it's obviously not food or something. It makes me kind of, I guess, have the out of like, it's like those animals that can like throw venom or something. You know, it's like that, just in a way more exaggerated form. Is kind of how I end up thinking of it.
Yeah, the Apple Stick in chat saying luncheon was so bad because they're following a PowerPoint. Doesn't have the route, so probably doesn't have the route memorized for luncheon.
Yeah,
totally.
I'm
cool.
halfway thinking, like I was saying earlier, I think they may be returning to this category after like going to another category for a while.
Yeah, might be some D-rust going on here.
But I mean, it's still mad impressive that they're staying ahead of Hendrix here, and this is a pretty close race between Hendrix and Apple Stick as we're kind of moving towards the late game.
Yeah, definitely. We've got 3 kingdoms left. So
yeah, we're getting into the RBL, right? Or RBM, sorry.
Yes, RBM.
Ruin Bowser's Moon.
Which, in terms of differing, honestly, yeah, we're done with divergence at this point from any percent. So,
yeah,
Electric, you're back to familiar territory. You're good.
Yeah.
RBM is exactly the same.
Okay. Now, just make sure I don't fall asleep during Ruined. I'm not kidding. Like, I know. At some point, I knew I was getting halfway tired, but like, there was a point where I guess neither me or the Kokon was talking for a moment, and the next thing I knew, I woke up in my chair and the match was over, and I was like, wait, what? But yeah, I mean, it's just because this boss is the same thing. Like, it's a true auto scroller.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you never expect there to be any sort of problem.
Referencing back to that talkative run that happened earlier this week in GDQ. By the way, GDQ is still going on. I'm gonna plug other things. Why the hell not? You know, it's charity. It's charity. Everyone loves charity, and definitely, I love GDQ stuff. It's good stuff. So that's going on right now. But don't go tune away from this yet. Still got 4 qualifiers to go through today.
You can always catch the GDQ VODs on YouTube.
Yeah, they play GDQ VODs.
I'm just gonna, you know,
but then also to plug
the
here,
because GSA puts their own VODs on YouTube.
Yeah, I will say to plug here because we are on a channel. We are doing a tournament, and this is usually the plug section for a lot of people when they do race commentary.
What else are you supposed to do during?
Yeah,
like,
I know. I
mean, Dane's getting cold or something. Like, come on.
I mean, we do have Emrys and Benny. Emrys going through Seaside, Benny going through Luncheon, but still, like, yeah. Anyway, yeah. GSA, welcome here. Follow the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Why not? I'm commentating. So is Electric. Troy Bathen's Electric. You can please shoot commentators in chat to see our channels and follow us as wanted. I am not currently streaming. I will be streaming back starting in October again, probably. I know that's a while from now. I'm sorry. Life comes first. I don't know about Electric's schedule.
I have been away from streaming for a while, but my return is imminent at this point. Like within the next.
You can always follow me on Twitter as well. I definitely am tweeting a lot still. So my Twitter is definitely much more active than my Twitch right now. But yeah, there's that. You got the runners here, 4 runners here. But there's a ton of runners participating in this tournament. You can do exclamation point, I believe, qualifiers for all the participants in this tournament. Yes, I was. Oh, WP qualifier or WP Open. for all the people who are participating in this tournament. But of course, you got right here 4 runners here: Benny the Great, and Applestick, Emrys, and Hendrix. I believe all of them currently how they are displayed in chat, or you can do an exclamation point runners, I believe, in chat to see those links and get directly to their Twitch links to follow those runners and, you know, all their other social media whatnots. Racers, thank you, Saren. And then finally, of course, we got Saren here, who is the current restreamer. Big ups to Saren yet again. Only
shoutouts
restreamer
again
that I'm aware of.
Sharon for restreaming, and despite the technical difficulties, because it gets very stressful when you're trying to restream and then something out of your control happens to mess it all up. Like that puts so much stress on you. So I mean, huge shout out to Sharon for
also exclamation point volunteer if you want to become a commentator, a stat gatherer, or a restreamer for GSA. Yeah, so as we were saying, Saren is the only restreamer, as far as I'm aware, for this for them right now, or only active restreamer. So we could definitely use some more restreamers. Always could use some more commentators too. So look into signing up there with that exclamation point volunteer. You could be talking just like I am right now.
Now we've got both our top 2 players here getting out of Ruined Kingdom. So let's see what routes they end up going for on the moon charts, because I remember there were a couple of different routes runners could go for.
Yeah,
so taking things a bit safely overall, not like trying to do some like crazy cap grab on that second moon chart.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, not getting the cap direction correct there, unfortunately. But
oh yeah, who did the Saren? Do you know who did the art for the layout? Because that's also worth a shout out. Honestly, if you can let me know, if you can let us know who's done the art for the layout, because that is definitely worth the shout out. But until then, we're just gonna keep going on with the commentary. Okay, Saren with the layouts. Don't know who made the logos though. Let's say thank you. So yeah, well done with the layout there, Saren. Well done.
And we got Stick and Hendrix very close together. And of course, Stick gonna be grabbing this moon over the archway here. I really like stuff like this where you're obviously meant to grab that moon from the backside with like the amp thing. I don't know what it's actually called, but like no, you can just jump from the front if you know how to do a good turtle jump.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff in this game,
like a node or electrical wire.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And we got Harriet first. Shout outs to the days of the Harriet first or Topper first. Turf Wars.
Yeah. And I don't know if we'll be seeing Zarbamba, but it'd be cool if we did. I don't know if you are familiar with that trick. That was a bit newer.
I don't quite remember it.
Okay, no Zarbamba from Applestick, so probably not going to happen, but at some point, it's great.
Would it involve something like hitting Harriet with 2 bombs at once somehow or something?
Basically, there's there's stuff with the bombs where you can screw with them. It doesn't expect you to be able to hit both bombs or something, so the second bomb just starts floating in midair.
Oh, wow.
And then you can just kind of use that bomb later.
Well, Benny was saying that they do Zarbamba, so that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. That'll be cool. So, yeah, we'll look out for that once we get there. I don't know if we'll have time to watch all 4 runners finish. I hope we do. Because, we got, 3 more qualifiers right after this, so.
Right. We got qualifiers all day, so if you're wanting to watch some SMO all day, we got you. We got your back.
Yeah. Okay. Applestick finished out those 2 bunny fights and is now moving on to the rest of the kingdom. Hendrix still fairly close behind. Like, it may seem like a bit of a distance to the untrained eye, but like this is enough of a distance like a small enough distance where this could definitely change hands fairly quickly, especially in RBM section. Like, death
a messed
here,
up mech fight could easily switch this lead.
Yeah, messing up mess ups in RBM are some of the most punishing of anywhere in like either any percent or world peace. So it's totally possible for it to shift.
Oh, you missed target acquired. Say goodbye to like 30 plus seconds, I think.
Yeah.
I think it may even be like closer to a minute. I can't exactly remember.
Yeah,
you lost two 1-0x
yeah.
runs to mech. Man, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I love that, you know, runners are listening to our comms, and then, you know, whenever there's a cutscene, they're just like, let me just type real fast about that.
Whenever
like,
I'm
guys,
racing,
you're doing
like,
a race right now. Come on.
Yeah. Like, I don't understand, because
like, I get it. There's cutscenes. There's a lot. Is technically a lot of downtime in this game, but like,
yeah,
damn, to like break your concentration and your momentum, do that.
Exactly. Like, if I'm changing my focus rapidly like that, like, it would make me play worse at the game.
Right.
Whenever I race, like, I have my like computer monitor completely turned off. Like, I'm like only focused on the game. That is the only thing in my mind.
Oh, totally, Benny. I believe you. Yeah.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Despite how many loading transitions there are in this game, yeah, no, you're still finding the need to
I would say
utilize
Pixar
your
didn't happen, but we all know how feed pics work on the internet. It's fine. You don't need to show us.
Believe it or not, though, there are actually keyboards big enough that, like, it would kind of halfway make sense to be able to type with your feet. Like, I saw this one oversized keyboard on, like, Alibaba or something that, like, I don't know, I guess you could probably manage to type on it with your big toes or something.
Mm-hmm.
And not a bad, like Saren's saying, Applestick playing it kind of safe with this mech fight, but not wanting to lose that lead at all.
Okay, but Hendrix just behind, you know? Because of that, we got Multi-Moon here, Hendrix now watching that cutscene of the mech blowing up. It's so close, and still got Moon Kingdom. And Moon Kingdom also can be punishing for mess-ups.
Yeah, you don't expect to lose a ton of time in Moon Kingdom, but it can easily happen.
Yeah, you don't really expect it because it's so like it's so much like you've done it so many times. It is a shorter segment in terms of kingdoms, but like if you mess up, it can be minutes. Like
yeah.
Okay, meanwhile, Emrys over here doing moon routes I'm not familiar with at all. This is cool. Yeah, I'm seeing the horror stories in chat of people messing up in Moon Kingdom. Yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah, everyone does it once at least. At least. When Emrys in a screenshot mode, it kind of looks like they may have oh wait, no, I think it may have just been a temporary freeze there. I just saw like the overlay controls and thought they might have been in screenshot mode for some reason.
Maybe, who knows? Yeah, and the secret moon in the sub area.
Now, Applestick with the heavy vector game. I mean, as you do in Moon. I feel like Moon Kingdom is like where you learn how to vector, since it just kind of happens in Moon without you really trying.
Yeah, so no pressure here, Benny, but Electric has never seen Sarbamba before, from what I'm understanding, and so we want a great example here, Benny.
If it's what I'm thinking of, it seems like it would be a really cool trick. Like,
yeah,
I feel like I understand what it would be.
We need our top-notch example here, Benny. Zero pressure, though. Zero pressure. That's true. We do actually have some pre-recorded for this for these races today. So yeah. Apparently, I guess Spezzy was early. Yeah, Spezzy just being Qualifier later. So if you watch later, if this doesn't happen, there is going to be a Star Bomber later today.
Oh, and Hendrix unfortunately not getting the next wall kick on Moonskip, so having to go all the way back down, losing some precious time.
Yeah, if Benny misses it, we're gonna have Emirates, like, you know, if they miss it, they're gonna die, reattempt Harriet again, of course, you know, that's what's gonna happen. Anyway, speaking of which, poor Emirates. Oh, he tried for the frame perfect warp there. For those who don't know, if you jump into lava, the frame that you're going to hit it counts as ground and not lava, so you can just warp instead of dying.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I love little things like that, where it's like
Yeah.
the game doesn't update one thing for a frame, and so
Yeah. So yeah, there's exactly one frame when landing on lava where you can warp to a checkpoint.
it's so cool. It's kind of like how Gorge Void in Twilight Princess works, where like there's one frame that you're able to input a jump slash that like allows you to void out and die instead of having to go through an automated scripted cutscene thing.
Apparently it's 3 frames. It's small. That's all I wanted to get across.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know the exacts, but it's small. It's small. It's small.
3 frame is way more doable in a 60 FPS game like this than 1 frame. Jeez.
I mean, yes, but it's still not easy.
Well, an Apple Stick getting Cappy to just graze right off of Bowser's head. Like, I saw Cappy try to capture it and just left.
Okay, on escape sequence. Hendrix still working through the Fountain of Bowser fight.
I'm sure Apple Stick is feeling some intense pressure now, because while the lead is in their hands, like one big mistake could certainly change that very easily.
I believe that's up to Saren. I'm seeing question chat about having to wait for all players to finish. I believe it's up to Saren. I wouldn't.
Okay,
I'm not the one to ask, honestly.
I would think that we might have to just go ahead and advance past them, just so that we can go ahead and try to keep
yeah, because there is a tight schedule going on here. You know, we did have the late start due to internet problems.
So yeah, looks like we'll go ahead and have Benny finish, and then
yeah.
So yeah, Apple Stick now in the pillar room.
You know, I want to make sure that the people who aren't pre-recorded have a chance to actually race. And Benny missing the hat, gonna have to go searching for it now. Which, by the way, can be done. Like, the way I do it, because I have gotten into that situation before, is if you just spam the hat, ain't gonna miss it again. You just spam the Cappy. If they bounce off the wall without disappearing, that usually is a stopper. I say usually because there is like small cases where it doesn't disappear right away, but in most cases, when a cap bounces off the wall, it's gonna disappear. It must be a stopper.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah. You know, like when you throw Cappy on it and it bounces off the wall, it'll disappear. Yeah, anyway, yes, GG's to Apple Stick. Gonna be our first person to be moving on from this first round of qualifiers.
GG's on a new PB, like a 122.
Damn!
That is a brand new, that is a 4-minute improvement on the World Peace PB.
I mean,
so, yeah, like they said, their World Peace PB was significantly out of date.
Yeah.
It's massive. GG's.
Damn. I mean, I've said it before, and a lot of people have noticed it, like, of just, when you de-rust, there's so little, you know, like, you have so little pressure on yourself at that point, that, yeah, PBs can just happen. Like, the first, like, a lot of people, when they come back from de-rusting, like, a PB can happen just right away. So, good to see from Apple Stick.
Oh, it does look, yeah, Benny did not, Sarbama.
Yeah, Benny missed Sarbamba, but he could they're saying that they could replay it on a clip in like their album if we wanted to. Yes, GG's to Applestick. Hendrix also pulling up the GG in chat. You know, well played from
nice
both
123.
Hendrix and Applestick, getting
Actually,
very close to each other. Also, of
what-
course, Benny and Emrys doing well here. Sorry,
what
what's going
exact
on?
time did Hendrix get? Did someone happen to notice?
Yeah, what did
'Cause he might
Hendrix
have gotten a
get?
PB as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds like Hendrix also
definitely.
PB'd in this race. Because Hendrix's old PB was a 120. Let me see, 123.28.
Yeah, got a
So yeah,
123.15. Got 13 seconds ahead. Yeah,
so, hey,
PB by
I mean,
13 seconds according to this Excel sheet that we got here.
that is a great consolation prize. May not be moving
Yeah.
on into the tourney bracket, but walking away from today with a new PB. And I mean, what more can you ask for than PBing in a race? Like, that is
Right.
the peak. You've gotten your best performance when it really mattered. So I mean, you can't feel bad about that.
Yeah, and this being just by the way, this being bracketing format, it is pretty much just single elimination here. So one loss, you're out. I am people were saying, like, oh, I want to play more in a tournament. We can look into other formats later, but for right now, we got the bracket format. There always is the existence of Swiss formats, but I feel like Swiss formats need more players.
There's some formats that are better for more players and some that are better for less.
Yeah.
Apologies for the sound glitches. Not sure if that's something coming from Benny or from the restream end.
Including
We'll try to
qualifiers,
get that
I believe we got
fixed.
46 players for this. Yeah, we had 46 players in the tournament. People who signed up. So. And yeah, Applestick agreeing with what I said earlier. Yeah, your early game was crazy, Applestick, honestly. That was a really good early game. Yeah. Okay. We got Benny going through mech. Oh, gonna fall off the mech, actually.
Oh, that is so unfortunate. And climbing back up can just be so brutal.
Of course, don't go anywhere. We got 3 more qualifiers to go through. We got 16 total players. You just had the first 4, so we got 12 more players to go through to tear them down to 4 today, and then 2 tomorrow. Do we have an exclamation point schedule, Saren, to see who's doing today?
There is a exclamation schedule. Got that nice stream schedule. So just to go ahead and outline it for people who may not have access to Google Calendar for whatever reason. So starting in just a few moments, we're going to have our 4-way qualifier between Spezzy, Pengle, Salmon, and Speed. And then the qualifier after that one will be Nemoic, Switch, Runner, Dan, and Jordyman. And then finally, our last qualifier of the night will be Xylex, A1 Gamer, Cars, and Semeroline. I apologize if I mispronounced any of those names, but those will all be starting within 2-hour intervals. Like I said, we'll be moving on to the next qualifier in just a few moments once we go ahead and get a finish from Benny.
Yeah. And I have noticed, before, it seemed a bit slow going to get commentators for them, but we do have 2 commentators for every qualifier, so I'm very happy about that. Gonna get some good attention for all of these. Yeah, what's races without commentary?
Absolutely. Good commentary. A race can still be a great race without commentary, but a good race...
Oh, totally.
But a good commentator can really make a race experience just that much more impressive.
Absolutely.
And I do apologize that I couldn't be the, super knowledgeable commentator. I don't know this game as well as I would like. I have kind of, but I hope that I've improved this race for y'all today by being here.
Yeah, I have fun. I have fun commentating with you, so it's all good.
Oh, it's always a pleasure. If Emrys wants to finish, I mean,
Yeah, he could
streaming from
finish
there,
all,
and
you
there's
know, yeah, they're still restreaming it, right? So like they could just do it, and then like everyone, if you want to like go over to them, they can do it.
yeah. And I mean, we weren't sure if they were planning on finishing or not because it did look at some points, like with their pauses and all, it kind of looked like they were maybe just going to, you know, go ahead and take a breather or like, you know, just stop the run at some point. But it does look like they are going to go ahead and finish, which shout outs to them. I mean, it's very easy once you lose in a race format like this to just go, okay, I'm done playing now. Bye bye.
Yeah, like the restream may go down because like we do have to move on to other races, but like you're restreaming, like you're streaming it, you could totally still finish it on your end, you know?
Yeah. Pretty nice shards overall, especially for their route. You got Benny moving into the Bowser fight in just a moment here. And Benny did have issues in the Cloud Bowser fight, is that right? Or was that one of the other players?
I don't know if Benny goes for it or not. Benny didn't really go for any sort of quick hats.
Ah, I see.
As far as I can tell. So that's what that was. Like, you know, wasn't like the fastest Cloud strats, and because of that, did take maybe a bit of damage and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, Apple. Yeah, thank you for saying the race. GG, Apple Stick. Yeah, gonna rest up after a nice race. Maybe you'll be back in chat later. I'm sure, I'm sure as the people participating in the qualifiers probably be all around in chat the whole stream. Because why not? You know, you gotta watch your competition.
Yeah, see who you might be racing against later on.
Yeah. So we got Benny working through Bowser now. Final hit. And we'll be into the escape sequence. Emrys, who, yeah, as we said, will be finishing it out. But we might not show it finishing on our end. I don't know what's going to go on there. Is currently doing Topper. And did Topper first. There's
the ideal routing.
Oh, of course.
I think my whole reasoning was I was more likely to take damage on Topper, so it made sense to have the checkpoint be available after Topper.
That usually is the logic, and then what happened was that people found found faster Harriet strats, and it was like, I'm more likely to take damage on Harriet now.
Yeah.
And so.
But neither has ever been shown to be definitively faster than the other, right? Like, it's really always been down to personal preference.
Oh, yeah, it's totally personal preference.
That's always been my assumption.
No, clearly, one of them saves so much time. You gotta go to one. Electric, slander over here. Obviously, there's different times. Obviously, come on. So Benny, according to, just for reference for chat, according to this Excel sheet that everyone put their times on, we got Benny at 126.49. So no longer within PB range, just finishing it out. Totally respectable. To be able to finish out a run, not everyone finishes their runs.
All right, 2 pillars down. A pretty nice race time for World Peace.
Mm-hmm. Gonna be what looks to be probably a 1-3-3 3x. Oh, sorry, 4x. I forget this cube in the middle sometimes.
Oh yeah, it takes a minute to. It's like you always underestimate just how long it takes you to finally get to the end.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm in the node now, and finally time, you know.
Yeah.
But there it is from Benny the Great.
There was some stream lag, so I believe our timer was off.
Oh,
okay,
he's gonna be showing
yeah,
us
here he
the
goes.
Sarbomba
Benny's
clip
gonna
here.
play Sarbomba for you. Get ready to watch, Electric. Gotta go find it though, because you know how.
Gotta find it. It's a video in Bowser's, but you can't like put names on them or anything. You gotta just.
Well, no, it's because of our it's because of the time how we constantly are changing dates for daylight savings time abuse.
Oh, that makes sense
it messes
too.
Yeah, because normally the album would be in chronological order, but because we keep messing with the dates, it messes up the ordering of which they save in. So, so you gotta go searching. Anyway, here's Sarbomba. Oh wait, this is with moon gravity. Sarbomba with moon gravity. So found the wrong clip by accident. Spezzy like, no, I want to be the first Sarbomba on stream. Not to make it like a crybaby thing. I'm sorry if the tone made it sound like that. I just meant like, I get it. You know, Sarbomba is not an easy trick. It's fun to pull off. And so, I hacked his switch, deleted the clip totally. Yeah. Okay, do we have it? Is this it? Okay, this looks like it might be it. Okay, here we go. So yeah, manipulating Cappy, throwing both bombs, and now it's just floating in the air. It's just there. You don't worry about it. And so yeah, it can get you early out of some of the cycles here because you have a floating bomb that you can use for the next phase.
Wow, that is incredible. Like that's what I figured the trick was going to be based off your description of it. But wow,
yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
and so like you're having to.
There are ways to like. Yeah, so there are ways.
So it's like you're having to get a
manipulate.
Cappy return to hit one of the bombs and then immediately throw Cappy at the other one.
Yeah, and there are ways to manipulate it so that the bomb is floating in like ideal places and everything to make it faster. But yeah, that's the basic of it. Yeah.
And
I don't know why.
This is just like we're saying it's a DNF just for the purposes of like this
Moving
match,
on.
but like if they do decide to like finish out that run, that would still be a real PB for them.
Yeah, totally. If you have the
8.
moment, sorry. Yeah, I know. We're doing real quick. So yeah, exclamation point racers in chat if you want to see Emryst's finishing of this, but we're gonna move right on to the other 3 qualifiers for the day. So thank you everybody for watching.
Thanks for cheering me on.
For sure. How do you feel about that run?
Yeah, we got Benny.
Oh my! It was I golded post race snow, and that's it. Let's see. What was I? I want to see what I was on. All right, so exiting. So let's see. Exiting snow, entering snow, I was 323 behind, and then exiting snow, I was 623 behind.
Yeah, God, what was going through your head during all those snow clip shenanigans? Like that
Well,
must have felt rough.
So what happened was I used my thumb on X and Y, and then I used my other thumb on B. That wasn't working, so I just switched to A, and it ended up working both times.
Yes. So Electric, if you're not familiar, the roll cancel clip requires you to essentially roll your thumb from Y to A to B, or
because
from
I might
X
be
to
getting
B
the
to
inputs
A,
wrong.
something like that.
Yeah, I might get the inputs wrong, but it's like you press
You're rolling. Yeah, you're essentially rolling your thumb on 3 of the face buttons.
Right, so it's like you hit one of the buttons and then 2 of them like a frame or 2 later, or something like that. I think.
Yeah.
I forget.
Yeah,
But I mean, I can understand how that can be so temperamental, and I'm so sorry that you had to deal with that during the race.
Honestly, I'm just glad to be done with this game for now.
That's valid. Yeah. Now you're out of the qualifiers, so you don't have to keep practicing this.
Yep.
But,
It
I mean,
sounds like you're
World.
excited to get back to what is it, 3D World?
3D World, yeah.
Oh, nice,
Yeah, as I was mentioning earlier to Benny, like we've got a lot of runners who either this was their first Speed game and they picked up other Mario games from it, or like Benny here, who came from other Speed games and came into Mario Odyssey, just for some fun.
Yep. Fun.
Yeah, speedrunning could be a kind of hit or miss with how fun it is, I know.
Yeah. It's always nice to get away from a certain game every now and again too, and just take breaks. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, you got any other thoughts about the run? Any shout outs or anything like that, Benny?
Shout out to my org Revenant Esports. Just like, you know, glad to represent them in something. So, and also GG's to Apple and Hendrix.
Yeah.
Both of them did really well.
I'm actually
And
gonna
then
open up Emrys, actually.
Emrys for just still going. I mean,
Yes, considering we're still like talking here, I'm kind of curious where Emrys is right now, how they're doing on their time, because yet again, as you were saying, they were on PB pace, so it's kind of we're like, finish it out. Yeah, you're streaming, why not?
Yeah.
Gotta wait for an ad. You're welcome, Emrys. Yet again, pennies. I have ad blockers on, and yet they still get, certain sites just get whitelisted. It's like, nope, ad blocker's not gonna work.
Emrys is in Moon right now.
Nice. Okay.
But plus 20 out of Bowser's.
Okay. I just wanted
Not
a
bad at
quick
all.
check-in. I am getting word from Saren to just transition and move on. So yeah.
All right.
Thank you, everybody. You can watch Emrys, because we'll still take a couple minutes to start up the next race. But yeah, after that, we got our other 3 qualifiers to watch. So don't go anywhere, other than maybe to Emrys for like a few minutes.
Stick around, because in just a few moments we'll be going ahead and coming back with, like I said, Spezzy versus Pengel versus Salmon versus Speed. So should be a very nice one. And for GSA, I'm Electric, and it's been a pleasure to calm this race with all.